sir.
Hide games from other regions. Okay. Very hard. Cyborg. To think about what I want to do quicker. Gonna need ammo. I like the rail cannon. Honestly, maybe I'll just keep it like this. Okay. Read the situation first. That person was not paying attention to someone joining the game.
Request confirmed.
Remember to do that, because the game will try to always land the person on your head. Looks like they never started the objective yet. Get a static field behind me if I can here.
Dropping equipment.
Dodge the bullet fire while still shooting the belly of the Hulk.
Defensive equipment inbound.
Okay. I haven't called in my stuff yet, because I don't think it's appropriate to right now. We need to actually move right. I'm not sure why we're hanging left when we have to go right.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
We are actually wasting a lot of time here. We do have to go right. Oh. We have to go right. There's only one objective left. But we seem to not be going right. I don't know. I'll call in my items when we get to the SAM site. It looks like we have two players who are mindful of the assisted reload function. Which is fantastic. I'm gonna grab my stuff here. I'm gonna drop the eat. Now I do have... Oh, he stabbed me. That's a shame. He just started bayoneting like the air, hoping to hit the dogs.
Request acknowledged. Request acknowledged.
Okay, so I was called back in. I have to be mindful of the tank blast, the IFV blast. Do what I can with the ninja here. Call in my friends.
Request confirmed.
Hopefully that explosion will kill some of those units behind them. So we are struggling here, but we're not also doing the objective, which is a problem. It's unfortunate that I also got stabbed by my player before. I feel like things were going smoothly before the fact that I got stabbed. I don't know if we realize that we have more to do down here. Have to dodge those bullets.
Firing for effect.
As you can see, I'm always doing the objective. I don't know why we're going that way. There's extractions up here. We shouldn't have to call in eats yet. I wouldn't... Try not to call in stratagems when you're in transit. It's a terrible idea. I'm always ahead of everyone again. And I'm hugging the edge of the screen, which can actually hurt me, like I say often in my recordings. Because a patrol can spawn at the edge of the screen and then
Shuttle inbound. ETA
call their friends and set off the alarm before I can even react.
Supplies incoming. Dropping equipment. Repeat. Dropping equipment incoming. Defensive equipment inbound.
My ammo's getting low. Hoping that my rail cannon can take care of that Hulk there.
ETA T minus 1 minute.
Seems like this other player doesn't realize what assisted reload is. I thought he did though. Okay, it was a little delayed.
Stand by. Equipment on its way. Defensive equipment inbound. 30 seconds.
I want him to grab the ammo so he has more rockets, and then I'll grab the ammo because I had 1 magazine left.
ETA T minus 15 seconds. ETA T minus 10 seconds. ETA T minus 5 seconds.
We're holding him back pretty well.
Watch yourself. Deploying ordnance.
Okay.
Shuttle leaving T minus 10 seconds.
So all I was really doing immediately when I joined the game was just always being aware of the situation and what we were doing. So upon landing, identify what you're doing. If you see no one's doing the objective, then go do it. But the priority for me is always the objective. That's like very close to number one.
Helport launch sequence initiated. Crew to stations. I repeat, crew to stations.
So one of the largest mistakes in that last game that we can learn from is just being careful with your bayonet. It actually happens not rarely, I would say uncommonly in this game. This guy's his mic on, so I gotta mute him. He's an open mic. Bayoneting can, or does, kill a Helldiver in one hit, so if you're bayoneting, just like stabbing the air, some people like to use like the bayonet to move faster, to like spin and move. You can kind of move faster that way. There's like it's like an advanced technique, but you have to be very careful where you may be shooting your friends. Or I'm sorry, stabbing your friends. So this is a very hard cyborg event. I'm thinking about something like the arc shotgun. Is that too ridiculous? Arc shotgun with eats. Cyborg desert. Arc shotgun, so I don't need ammo. I'm going to take the drone, the guard dog, for extra damage per second with 3 eat stratagems. Okay. No one wanted to wait for that guy. I'm not really sure if Overlords are in difficulty 8 Retaliatory Strike. I think they are. But nonetheless...
Dropping equipment. Dropping equipment.
You need anti-tank.
Supply incoming.
And if you haven't learned anything from my videos in the past, all those videos, a team tends to not bring enough anti-tank in a game, and they tend to lose it because of that. So I think I got friendly fired there. Gotta watch your friendly fire. This person's using stun mines and retaliatory strike. In my opinion, that's a very bad stratagem, because it affects us as well, and it limits our movement, which you don't want to do in an arena that already limits your movement. So this is really bad, especially if a cyborg IFV spawns, a tank spawns. We're limiting our movement, and so the tank's immune to the stun mines. So we're actually in more trouble than we should be right now. It's unfortunate there, but I have the MD99 auto-injector. We also have a turret up, so this is going to be even more dangerous this game. So we'll see.
Deploying defensive assets.
Once a tank spawns, I feel like we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, so that guy apparently killed a turret. Not sure who killed me there. Someone killed me there. Oh, I think it was a mine. So, call in your friends when you can. There's a lot of mistakes happening right now. Mines are terrible in Retaliatory Strike.
Firing for effect.
I'm still not being called in yet, so it's very important to call in your friends when you can. You're purposely gimping the team.
All right, down there. Deploying Orton.
I'm curious how much time has passed since I died.
Firing for effect. Over.
Now keep in mind, we can't retreat downward because mines are down there. So this is a good example of us limiting our movement. I've been dead for at least a minute, right? So that guy's dead because of his mines, or from someone's mines. I've been dead for maybe 2 minutes, I think. And our movement is very limited because someone decided to bring mines. So a lot of mistakes right now are being made. There's the tank, and I'm expecting this to be our demise. There's another tank. Now keep in mind I was criticized for bringing multiple eats to this. Have to watch out for our own mines. Oh, just as I said that, I died.
Engaging target area.
So we have 2 IFVs, the infantry fighting vehicles, and this should be the end of the game here. And there we go. So you can almost like just watch the game and see it through and see all the mistakes being made, because these are huge mistakes that cost you the game, and frustration if you tend to get frustrated like this. Difficulty 8 Cyborg. Okay, so you're going to have armor. Okay. You're gonna have, I think you have Overlords and Retaliatory Strike difficulty 8. So you remember maybe 10 minutes ago in this video, or 5 minutes ago, I was criticized for bringing too many eat stratagems. And it actually seems like we need to bring more anti-tank. Although I did not, because I was dead for so long and no one bothered to call me in, I wasn't able to even call in those eat stratagems. So you can kind of say like maybe the team, because of the 3 that I brought, had enough anti-tank, but because I was dead for so long, with 3 players not doing anything, that I wasn't able to call in my belongings. And you can also, that was also another excellent demonstration of why mines and a turret are horrible in Retaliatory Strike. Because I don't think people understand that you're in an arena, or they do, but they feel like the items they bring won't hurt them or the team in any way. You have to remember you're only 4 players against hundreds of enemies, so I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna wait and hopefully this game will start soon, and we'll try again. Hopefully this time I won't die again to friendly fire. It seems like since the beginning of this recording I've been getting hurt and killed by my teammates more so than the enemy. Hopefully they did not bring mines. I wasn't even checking, but if they did, this will just continue to be a learning video on why mines are terrible, and on why anti-tank equipment is very important.
Stand by. Equipment on its way. Equipment on its way. Stand by. Equipment on its way. Equipment on its way. Equipment.
Call in my items.
Equipment. Equipment on its way.
I'm going to stay away from my friends this time. I feel like being near them is worse than being near the enemy. I got shot there, but this is why I usually have the auto-injector as my perk, because it defends me against my friends and the enemy. Okay, so this person's insisting on using mines, even after seeing how it worked out last game. I wouldn't waste anti-tank missiles on difficulty 8 against Hulks, because you can still damage them with bullets and small arms fire. You would want to save anything that's anti-tank for Cyborg IFVs, infantry fighting vehicles, those tank-looking things, and overlords. I wouldn't use it on Hulks. But they are.
Alright, down there. Deploying ordnance.
That Vindicator bomb was a little close. Okay, this is an IFV. Dodge the missile there and then shoot it. So now they're out of rockets. And they are out of rockets because they're wasting them, as I said earlier. So now they need ammo, and they're telling each other to call ammo in, but I think only one person brought ammo. So now we have a tank here, just aim at it and shoot, and then I'll grab the other E. I haven't been shot by my friends in a while, which I guess is a good thing. Notice with the auto-injector, it allows me to get right back up again. We have a dead friend, so I'm going to call him in.
Request acknowledged.
Yeah, so I guess I spoke too soon. That type of stratagem I can see sort of working in Retaliatory Strike, but it's just so hard to do when you're limited to a tight arena. So that got me there. So I did end up getting killed by a friend in this round. We have a tank, so okay. There's the Overlord. So we do have Overlords. I need to keep up with my stratagems, and I need to call in my friend. I was actually hoping that that player coming in the game would end up landing on top of the IFV there. I can't call in my friends yet, because it's on cooldown.
Request accepted.
That was pleasant. I want to target the tank. Keep my eats coming if I can. That Vindicator bomb is, again, really bad.
Request confirmed.
That was my fault. I was hoping to actually kill the Hulk before he got up. Remember, if you're incapacitated, you're sort of immune to, like, bullet fire and stuff, so... I'm gonna call in my friend. Actually, I'm gonna maybe wait for this guy to die first, and then I'll call him in.
Request confirmed.
Okay.
Deploying ordnance. Engaging target.
I guess I've used all of my eats because I can't call him in yet. Okay, this is bad. Well, the auto-injector is helping me, but I couldn't get up in time. So his is off cooldown. Let's see if he can get us in time.
Request acknowledged.
Yeah, the Vindicator bombs are... I think we're hurting ourselves more than anything.
Stand by. Equipment on its way. Request confirmed.
I think that was my fault as well.
Extraction confirmed.
I didn't mean to pick that up.
ETA minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was terrible. So I'm not sure if he can call us in or not. No? Okay. So I'm going to change my loadout because I don't think it's working. think instead of the arc shotgun, I need to take a maybe like a Justice or something. No, that wouldn't work either. Breaker. I think I'll do the Breaker. Now, if I bring the Breaker, I need to bring ammo. And if I'm bringing ammo,
Hellport launch sequence initiated.
and I wonder what my other 3 stratagems should be. I need anti-tank. I need to bring it.
Crew to station.
It seemed like the 3 eats I brought wasn't enough. I used them all, and then they were on cooldown for a while. So I have to kind of rely on my other teammates to bring anti-tank. I could bring an emplacement instead. That tends to be simpler, just to bring an emplacement. Or demolishers, actually. Just demolishers. And I actually think I saw 1 or 2 players use the eats on a Hulk or some other unit that wasn't even armored. So I think if I bring demolishers, that's more of like a selfish stratagem. Obviously other people shouldn't be taking the demolishers since I'm calling them in, so I would expect to be taking them myself. And actually, I need to make sure that I take them myself because I can't trust the other guys to use them efficiently. Like, not against common enemies, but use the demolishers against armored units. So, I'll try that next. But the absolute worst thing that you could do upon a failure would be to actually keep your stuff. You should really change it up if you're failing. So I have a demolisher now with ammunition for the breaker, which should take care of a lot of the units.
Equipment on its way.
The only thing that I'm concerned now is running out of ammo despite having 1 ammunition stratagem,
Repeat. Dropping equipment.
because the breaker goes through a lot of ammunition.
Equipment on its way.
So I have to hope that maybe one of my teammates brought ammo, which it seems like they did, so I'll just grab one real quick to bring myself up to 8 magazines, which is the maximum number I can carry for this weapon. So at least that puts me in a good spot. Okay, I'm being shot a lot by my friends, as you can see in this mission as well. Always being shot. Good thing I have that auto-injector. Even if I stay away from my friends, I still get shot. Got shot again there. Auto-injector saved the day.
Equipment on its way. Request acknowledged.
Seems like we're having trouble with these little white guys. I forget what they're called officially. But... oh, I don't know why this guy brought... oh gosh. That guy brought an obliterator?
Request accepted.
Seems like they're having trouble with just the number of units now.
Firing for effect.
I had to save my friend there. If If I tried picking him up, I think I would have been slapped by the shield of the Hulk. This one player is actually manually reloading his recoilless rifle in a retaliatory strike. I don't recommend doing that. Oh, he wasn't picked up in time. I am running low on ammo now. So I'm actually getting to a point now where I'm almost out of ammunition. That was terrible. So the breaker's very effective, it's just that I'm always low on ammo with it. So I actually need my friends to call in ammo for me. Seems we're still struggling here. I think next time I'm going to go in placement. I'm going to call in my friend here, because no one else is, I guess. Can't call on my friend yet, but I almost can. There we go.
Request acknowledged.
So now we have an overlord there. Oh god, I made a huge mistake. I tried to take out my demolisher, and instead I was shooting my breaker. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Request acknowledged. Line incoming.
Do it again. So I had some inventory issues there. I wasn't paying attention. That's completely on me.
Line incoming.
Aim for the back of the tank if you can, because that's the weak point.
Request confirmed.
We have a lot of unused equipment lying on the ground. Shot me there.
Request confirmed.
Pick up this ammo if I can. I'm running low on magazines. I can't get in the corner because of the camera. Okay.
Equipment on its way.
Got shot again by my friend. no one else is going to grab the angel, I'll just pick it up. Oh, never mind. Well.
Engaging target area.
Hopefully, the person in the exosuit realizes they can use their radio to call us in from the exosuit. There they go.
Confirmed. Extraction confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Oh, that cannon was close.
1 minute 30 seconds. Deploying ordnance.
We still have a lot of unused equipment on the ground, which is, you know, each one's a stratagem, so
For effect.
a lot of wasted stratagems on the ground around us.
Firing for effect. Supplies incoming. Request confirmed.
I really need ammo.
Controlling ordnance.
That Vindicator bomb, I don't know how that didn't kill me.
Stand by. Equipment on its way. Deploying ordnance. Hold out. T-minus 30 seconds.
Neither of them are calling us in.
Request confirmed. T-minus 15 seconds.
Okay.
T-minus 10 seconds. Incoming fire. T-minus 5 seconds.
That Vindicator bomb barely missed me, it seems. Never get on the shuttle without your friends. Seems they both got on without calling in their friend. Hope we can just get on the shuttle. There we go. So those two players abandoned their dead friend there. They just kind of went on the shuttle. If you identify someone is not on the shuttle, or may not get on the shuttle, I don't like the idea of just getting on the shuttle and abandoning them. You have to remember that having all of your team members on the shuttle grants you a star, so it's kind of important. A lot of mistakes were made that round, including from me, not knowing what item I had in my hands at the time was a problem. I ended up killing 1 or 2 people because of that. And I also needed ammo like a couple times. I was running low on ammo. Even by taking both boxes of ammo, I was still running out. Felt like we kind of lacked firepower there. I wish, like that one guy brought a Scorcher to Retaliatory Strike, which I disagree with, because of how random the enemies spawn. They could spawn in front of you, and then you end up killing yourself, or at least incapacitating yourself if one spawns right in front of you while you're shooting. So I wouldn't use anything like the Suppressor or the Scorcher. It's very dangerous to do so.
Hellport launch sequence initiated. Crew to stations.
Curious what difficulty they chose, because we struggled on difficulty 8, so it seems like it would be appropriate for us to do 8. What? I'm actually gonna quit this. Okay. It seems like we were struggling with difficulty 8. Nonetheless, we did complete it, so I would in my opinion, say like maybe we should keep doing 8 or maybe do 7. The retaliatory strike, if you just think of it with difficulty 8, yes, it's difficult, but at the same time we were kind of fighting ourselves. We brought the wrong stratagems. We made some mechanical mistakes, like such as like the mistake that I made thinking I had a demolisher in my hand when in fact I had a breaker in my hand. So pressing my change button, that change weapon button wasn't, or didn't work, or I didn't press it hard enough or something. So if we were to just actually decrease the number of mistakes we made and picked effective stratagems for the mission that we were on, the difficulty 8 would be easier. We would still come across overlords, we would still come across cyborg IFVs, but if we were mindful of where we were shooting at, and not shooting each other, and brought stratagems that would destroy the cyborg IFVs, destroy the overlords, take care of the large number of units, if we had that correct combination, and brought stratagems that were appropriate for retaliatory strike, it wouldn't be difficult. So it's just a matter of reducing errors and being mindful of what you're bringing to the mission, knowing what the mission is. Turrets and mines are not conducive to winning a retaliatory strike, and shooting each other isn't either. I made some mistakes there, and so did they. But if we just stopped shooting each other and brought the correct stratagems, it would have been better. So let's go to... oh, okay. Let's do a hard as hell bugs. So I'm assuming they're doing an SOS beacon. They were at the top of the list. So a breaker against bugs is terrible. So is the stalwart. So maybe suppressor. I have to be careful of the smaller bugs that jump in front though, because I don't want to get an explosion in my face. The suppressor goes through a lot of ammo, so I'm bringing 2 ammunition stratagems, 2 resupplies, and I will bring a fire, incendiary bomb, read the situation first. It looks like we are trying to do the objective. I'm not calling anything in yet. I couldn't kill that in time.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
The next mission is to the right, so that is where I will run. Can't hit him that close. Have to be very careful of where I'm stabbing. I will call in my equipment after I activate the objective.
Dropping equipment. Dropping equipment.
We did not react to those patrol units at all. And consequently, yeah, I've already died by my friends there.
Request confirmed.
Never throw a grenade on your teammate. It's a bad idea for reasons that I don't think I need to explain. Also, you should be trying to kill patrols at all times. You don't want the enemy to overwhelm you. that guy was shooting wildly. So we missed a patrol here, so now an enemy might spawn to the right of the rocket, but we only have a couple seconds. Extraction is next. I'm at the edge of the screen, so I need to be careful here. Wow. Okay.
Extraction confirmed. Shuttle inbound. ETA minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
I'm gonna throw my incendiary bomb down there because that's where the enemy is coming from, it seems. Well, now the enemy is coming from the top.
Stand by. Equipment on its way. ETA minus 1 minute. Supplies incoming.
Can't kill them all in time. Well, just as I said earlier, I have to be very careful of those things jumping in front of me when I'm shooting.
Firing for effect. Over. ETA minus 15 seconds. ETA minus 10 seconds. ETA minus 5 seconds. Shuttle arriving. Engaging target area.
Okay. So I believe it's like around difficulty 7 against the bugs. You can expect to have patrol units leap at you rather rapidly. And if you have a weapon that has AoE damage, such as the suppressor or the scorcher, you need to be very careful with shooting. You can, if you can see it, you can react to it in time. If you see or hear that they're jumping, you can stop shooting in time. The downside of the suppressor is that it's a bayonet, and the stab, the amount of frames that your character has to go through to do the stabbing is quite long compared to just like a standard butt of the rifle, like the Scorcher, for example. So it's hard to kill them all in time when you are stabbing with the bayonet,
Helport
because it takes
launch
longer.
sequence initiated. Crew to stations.
So with that said,
Repeat. Crew to stations.
I will switch it up to the Scorcher, because I think that might be the better choice. Because I was sort of thinking like maybe I would have to go in into melee combat with some of the units, but I'll try Scorcher out, see what I get. Scorcher's very effective against killing the bugs. Now we do have an escort. Actually, we have nothing but escorting to do, and to do the black box. So we're going to be doing a lot of traveling, a lot of transporting. So I actually wouldn't want the Scorcher, right? Because I need to actually provide cover fire. So I'm thinking the Knight. I wouldn't want AoE damage. I wouldn't want anything arc. I don't like laser weapons. I think they're weak. Scorcher is not a good idea, or the Suppressor is not a good idea. I guess the Knight, actually. One-handed. Shoots nice and straight. It's short. Quick movement. I also noticed that we didn't do well against numbers, so I think I want to also bring a rail cannon to help thin the herd. Okay. Take out my radar first.
Stand by.
I don't see any patrols in the area, so I will call in my commando. Now there's patrols in the area.
Equipment on its way. Dropping equipment.
Kill the patrols before they sound the alarm, of course, and it seems we failed at doing that already. One of the benefits of the one-handed weapons, as I've said before, is the increased movement speed while you're aiming. You often find yourself moving faster than many of the units that you're fighting against while you're aiming even, so it's actually quite beneficial. I believe we can just ignore them. Okay. I think we want to go in a different direction, that's what it seems. Of course, none of this would happen if we killed the patrols in time. Oh, I just realized that that player also has the Knight. Okay. Always shoot in short bursts. Make sure that your shots are nice and centered. And they will die. Just being efficient. Oh, that's bad. I was actually hoping he would pick me up in time, but he didn't.
Request acknowledged.
Okay. Wow. Oh, he's gonna die too. The environment really hurts.
Accepted. Request confirmed. Deploying ordnance.
Again with the environment. Wow.
Request acknowledged.
I did not see it.
Request accepted.
The environment kills. My gosh, it's so quick. It just ended and then it started again. We should actually go to the next escort first. We can probably do both escorts. Okay.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
My fault there. We shouldn't touch them yet though, because if we do then the enemy can attack them. So it looks like we're actually bringing the survivors through the spawn point.
Stand by. Equipment on its way.
We actually have to keep moving here. The worst thing we can possibly do is stop moving with an escort, and I wouldn't call in an exosuit with an escort either. That's kind of awkward and dangerous. So, doesn't seem like we're moving very much when we have survivors. Now we have a spawn point that's on top of the survivors. These volcanoes are really hurting us. Oh, that's bad. These volcanoes are killer.
Request confirmed.
How do you like to take the freedom?
These volcanoes are really killer. I'm so surprised. We didn't kill the patrol in time there.
Extraction confirmed. Shuttle
I
inbound.
do feel like half the team is lagging behind, like our exosuits are just keeping us from
Dropping
moving
equipment.
across the map.
Defense drop incoming. Dropping equipment. Stand by. Dropping equipment on its way. T-minus 1 minute. Watch yourself.
I'm gonna reload my commando.
Engaging target area.
Rail cannon is doing pretty good.
T-minus 10 seconds. T-minus 5 seconds. Shuttle arriving.
Okay. Well, the environment was actually our biggest enemy this game, which is incredibly rare. Like, typically I don't struggle with the environment very much. If anything, it's usually my teammates. I would say it's like mostly my teammates I struggle with, and then it's the enemy, and then it's the environment. And boy was the environment cruel in this one. I'll stop the recording here. But that was terrible. For some reason I actually thought that the survivors were immune to the environment. I know they're immune to like debuffs like slows and stuff, but I had no idea that they could actually burn by the lava. I don't know. You would think I would know that, considering I've been playing this for so long. Well, I'll stop the recording here. Hopefully you learned something. The frustrations of the game, and identify how to get around those frustrations, and just think about what you're doing in the game. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next video.